You ain't even checked in today.
Y'all ready?
Hold on.
You ain't gonna talk on there. He gonna answer. It's going straight to the phone. It's going straight to my phone. They don't hear that, right? They can hear it now, but when I hit.
Hey, Marcy.
Hey, what's up? This is Keith.
Y'all ready?
We're gonna keep you up. They can hear.
They in a second. Are you ready?
What's going on, Atlanta? You are tuned in to the #1 hip hop streaming station, Hip Hop Joint Rap Radio. Of course, I'm KT, your host.
I am Queen Marcy.
And it's your girl, Miss Mahogany.
And we are the Shift Radio Show. Of course, we're going to get right into it today. We got an action-packed show for you. We are going to start off with Miss Tina Brown. We were actually out protesting. If you didn't know, there was a protest in Clayton County because some officers actually drew guns on children, I believe ranging from 12 to 15. And basically we were out there protesting because there was actually no real reason that they should have been doing that. And so we ran into a woman, and she had a really crazy story of how we are truly dealing with a systemic issue in our system. So we are going to welcome Miss Tina Brown to the show, and she's going to tell you a little bit about what her and her daughter are fighting today. Welcome to the show, Miss Tina.
Hey, Keith and Marcy. Thank you for having me. My daughter, Shakristen Brown, in 2013, she was convicted of an armed robbery as a first-time offender and in Clayton County. And Judge Deborah Benefield saw fit to sentence a first-time offender who was 8 months pregnant to 2 consecutive life sentences plus 10 years. It just totally blew our mind. I just could not imagine that she felt like this young woman who is a high school graduate with the potential to be something great in the world. And she looked at her and told her that she didn't feel like she could be rehabilitated because she would not admit to the crime and that the streets are better without her on them. That is our story, and I have felt like I have been fighting this battle alone until that happened to those young men the other day, the young children, I should say, and the police officers drew the gun on them, and it really, really woke up Clayton County so that we can all kind of bring awareness to some of the things that are happening, because there are quite a few over sentencing that have been done in Clayton County under Judge Benefield's watch.
Wow. So just so I can make sure that the listeners have what you said, basically they were trying to pressure her to admit to the crime that she is saying that she did not have anything to do with, because again, this sentence is based off of an alleged sentence. So you are telling me because she would not admit to a crime that she actually had nothing to do with, they sentenced her to 2 consecutive life sentences. Is that correct? Absolutely. And when she looked at her and said because she would not admit it, that's exactly what I got from that. Because, what if she said that I did it to ruin any opportunity to appeal the case or continue to fight the case? Would that have brought the judge some kind of comfort so that she can just close the book on this file and not have to deal with it again? Shakristen stood there and she her truth, and she did not back down from it. And it was an aggressive sentence. It was gruesoming to the stomach. And actually, the Clayton County DA, Tracy Graham Lawson, she came up to me after the sentencing with tears in her eyes and said she apologized to me and my family for what just happened. That's how bad it was. But even though she gave us that sympathy or empathy, she did not do anything to try to help us. But she has since stepped down. Since July last year, that DA voluntarily stepped down and gave up her seat. Felt like Clayton County needs some new eyes on some things that was happening. So I wonder if my daughter's case and many other cases that have happened under the Clayton County justice system is a result of why she gave up her seat. That is crazy. So now that she has stepped down, what does it look like for you now within the system? Or is the new judge and I know that the majority of the board now is black.
I know that all the time it doesn't make a difference, but are you finding that you are getting the aid that you need to actually feel like that there'll be a different outcome this time, or speak to that?
We are believing for a different outcome this time. We are quietly working on some new information, and I will reserve to not go into detail, but know that we're coming, and I cannot wait to continue to talk about it so we can see how all of this unfolds. And once we get an opportunity to start dealing with this new panel and bringing to their attention what happened to Kristen and many others. So I can't say yet, Keith, exactly what we're dealing with.
Okay.
However, I will say that Tasha Mosley, our new DA, she was appointed by our governor, Governor Kemp. And as I told you all at the protest, when it was said that she may be appointed, is not someone we voted in. The governor decided to place her there. I walked around that Capitol 7 days and I prayed. God touched Governor Kemp that he placed somebody there that could make a difference in this county, and Ms. Mosley was who he placed there. So I am believing God, and I'm totally walking in faith that this will be the turnaround that we need for Kristen and for many others.
Well, I'm certainly going to touch and agree that that happens for you as well. Now, if the listeners want to, I know you sent some information to Marcy, and we will post that on the ATL Shift Instagram page. But if the listeners want to follow or assist in any way that we can, where could we find more information out?
Kristen, Instagram is Justice, the number 4, Brown Girl, Clayton CO. That's Justice, number 4, Brown Girl, Clayton CO. That is her Instagram, and I have uploaded the actual transcript because I want everybody to have the opportunity to read for themselves the things that the judge said to her and just how aggressive the sentence was, and even how she was pleading for the judge to understand that this is not something that she's participating in. So it's there. Please go on. I will continue to upload information as the case continues to progress.
So, can you tell us what is the normal sentencing for a first-time armed robber? Because it's 2 life consecutive sentences is extreme. Can you tell us what is the usual sentences for a first-time armed robber?
Did they speak to what it would normally be?
Well, for armed robbery, it's usually 10, 20 life. That's pretty much how it goes. And most of the convictors who actually get life are probably repeat offenders. They have a bad background. Kristen had none of that. And we could not understand why the judge maximized it. Not to just say 2 consecutive life sentences. Generally, life can be 7 years, life can be 30 years. She did it at the 30 years consecutive, which means that Kristen would not be eligible for parole for 60 years.
Wow.
At 23 years old, 8 months pregnant. And I mean, people have killed multiple people. Serial killers may not even have that kind of sentence and have an opportunity to walk the street again. So it doesn't make sense. I cannot wrap my mind around it. My heart cries for my own baby every day, but it cries even more because I know that she's not the only one this is happening to. And like I said, I have sat on this information since 2013 for pride, for not having support behind me to bring awareness to it. And when that happened the other day, it was the moment, it was time, and someone needed to know what was happening in Clayton County.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we are definitely with you here at the Shift Radio Show. Ms. Tina, you have our number. You know how to get in contact with us. Anytime you need to utilize our platform to give updates or to scream out, to cry out, you know we're here for you.
Sounds good. Thank you guys so much for having me, and I look forward to continuing to work with you on this case progress.
All right.
Thank you.
Happy
You have a good
Juneteenth.
one.
All right, guys. Next up, we're going to be talking to the movement lawyer, Catherine Martinez. She is a civil rights advocate and the founder of the EQI Coalition, and we're going to be talking about ending qualified immunity. Why is that important? Come back and see us. Hip Hop Joint Rap Radio.